Hey there, Kipsters. Happy Tuesday. It's been so great to see so many of your faces already and to see how many minutes you're already getting this week. Make sure you're working hard to get those 100 minutes on ST Math and Lexia and read 10 books on Raz Kids so that you earn Fun Friday this week. All right. Today, though, we are going to finish Adelita. Our focus today is going to be on describing events using key details. Events are just the things that happen in a story. When I describe events in a story, I want to make sure to tell what happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end using key details. Watch me describe just one event in Cinderella. So first I need to pick the event that I want to describe. I want to describe the event that happens right after Cinderella's stepsisters leave to go to the ball. So Cinderella's stepmother and her stepsisters have just left for the ball, and Cinderella is crying. She's crying because she can't go to the ball. That's Cinderella's problem. So see, I identified the problem because the event I picked happened to have a problem in it. Not every event does. The words and the pictures on this page tell me that Cinderella's godmother appears all of a sudden to help Cinderella. The text says Cinderella's godmother was really a fairy, so that might explain how she appears from nowhere. In the picture, the godmother looks really special. So I'm looking at the picture now. Her clothes are pretty, her hair has light around it, in the text it says she has a wand. So now I need to make sure I tell only the details that I need in order to understand this event. The important clues are that Cinderella is sad because she wants to go to the ball, and that her fairy godmother comes out of nowhere to help her. The godmother uses special powers to create a coach from a pumpkin. So finally, I need to put those important details together to name the event and tell all the details that help me understand it. So to describe this event, I might say Cinderella wants to go to the ball, but she can't. Her fairy godmother comes out of nowhere and turns a pumpkin into a coach so that Cinderella can go to the ball. So I described that one event just using the most important details. So that event took place over a couple pages, right? That was a lot of words. I took all those words and just found the important bits that I needed to really understand the event and put those together to describe it. All right, so now we're going to finish reading Adelita, and we're going to pay attention to the important events that happen in the second half of the book. So remember when we left off, Esperanza had just been fired, and Adelita was working all alone in the kitchen, and suddenly she heard a soft knock at the door. So let's read to find out who it was. Soy yo, only me. It was Esperanza. Oh, Esperanza, I have missed you so much, Adelita cried. Don't cry, mi pequeñita, my little one, Esperanza said. I am here. I had un sueño, a dream, that Doña Michela would not let you go to the fiesta, so I have come to help. I have borrowed a cart to take you there. But I have nothing to wear, Adelita said. Come with me, Esperanza said. They went to the Cuarto de Teliches, the storeroom. Over there, behind those boxes, is your mother's trunk. The key is behind the crucifix. Adelita unlocked the trunk. Inside, she found an old-fashioned, beautiful white dress. Under the dress was a magnificent rebozo, a shawl, embroidered with birds and flowers. Oh, mi mamacita, my little mother, Adelita whispered. Adelita washed and dressed. Esperanza braided her hair and wound ribbons and flowers into it. Oh, Esperanza, Adelita said, Doña Michela will be furious when she sees me. Don't worry, she will never recognize you, Esperanza assured her. Now vámonos, let's hurry. The fiesta had already begun when Adelita arrived. She walked into the room. Everyone turned to look. The room fell silent. Who was this stunning young woman? Señor Godillo went up to Adelita. Who do we have here? He asked. I'm in disguise, Adelita said with a twinkle and a sweet smile. Just call me Cenicienta, Cinderella. Javier, everyone, Senor Gordillo said, come meet our very own Cenicienta. Javier took one look and fell in love. He danced every dance with Adelita. He brought her refreshments. He never left her side. Adelita's heart was full as well, and all the meanness she had suffered over the years began to melt. But at midnight, when Javier gave her a sweet kiss and declared his love, Adelita was frightened. How could she explain who she was? His family would never allow him to love a kitchen maid. So Adelita ran away and found Esperanza. They hurried home. I will never forget this night as long as I live, Esperanza, Adelita said. Gracias. Thank you. If you ever need me, mijita, my little daughter, just call my name and somehow I will hear you, Esperanza told her. The next day, all Doña Michela and her two daughters could talk about was the mysterious Cenicienta, who had appeared and then disappeared from the fiesta, just like the fairy tale. They were jealous of her beauty, and even more jealous because they knew that Javier had fallen in love with her. I'm glad no one knows who she is, Valentina said, or where she is, Dulce said. And no zapatilla de cristal, glass slipper, Doña Michela added. Javier had told everyone that he would not rest until he found his Cenicienta. He is coming to town hoy mismísimo, this very day, Doña Michela announced. He will stop at each house and look for her. This is a chance to show once more what charms you have, my daughters, so prepare yourselves. Who knows? Maybe one of you will make him forget the Cenicienta. Adelita, they screamed. Come help us, quickly. I'll be right there, Adelita answered. But before she went to Valentina and Dulce, she ran to her attic room and hung her mother's reboza out the window. So she's hanging the shawl that she wore that last night out her window. She helped the two sisters dress. Then she went back to her room and shyly peeked out the window. Soon she saw Javier coming down the street on his horse. Suddenly he saw the rebozo. He jumped down, ran to the door, and knocked. Senora Michela de la Fortuna opened the door. Ah, Senor Javier, pasele, por favor. Come in, please, she said. Senora, where is she? I know my love is here, Javier said. Do you mean one of my daughters? Doña Michela said. Valentina, Dulce, come here. Senor Javier would like to see you. The sisters appeared in the doorway, giggling foolishly. Buen dia, good day, Senor Javier, they chimed in unison. Do you remember us? Are you looking for us? Yes, ladies, I remember you, Javier answered, but it's another that I'm looking for. There's no one else here, Doña Michela said. Yes, there is, a voice said. Are you looking for me, senor? There was Adelita, standing at the top of the stairs in her mother's dress and rebozo. My Cenicienta, Javier said. What's going on? Doña Michela asked, while Valentina and Dulce looked at Adelita in astonishment. It's only Adelita, Doña Michela, Adelita said as she came down the stairs. Only Adelita. Who are you? Javier asked. I am Adelita Mercado Martinez. We knew each other when we were children. Oh, Adelita, of course. I remember you as a little girl, Javier gasped. I am so happy to have found you again. He smiled. I have come to ask my Cenicienta to marry me. Will you? I am an orphan, Senor Javier, Adelita said. Perhaps you should ask Doña Michela if she will give her permission. Will you, Senora? Javier asked. Why, I don't know what, well, of course, we shall be honored, Senor Javier, Doña Michela said. Valentina and Dulce glared at Adelita. Then it will be, Javier said, taking Adelita's hand in his. In her sweetness, Adelita invited Senora Michela de la Fortuna Mercado and her daughters, Valentina and Dulce, to the wedding. Of course, Esperanza was there, too. She was going to take care of Javier and Adelita just as she had done before. And just like Cenicienta and her prince, we shall live muy felices por siempre, happily ever after, too, Javier said. And they did. The end. Whew, what a good book. Okay, now I've got a few questions that are going to help us take a deeper look into some of the events that we just read about. So when Esperanza first showed up, so remember she was the mysterious knock at the door. How did Esperanza know that Adelita needed help? How did she know Adelita needed help? What did she say? Yeah, Esperanza said she had a dream that Doña Michela would not let Adelita go to the party. And why is that important? Why is it important that Esperanza had that dream? Yeah, it's important because Esperanza was able to help Adelita get to the party. So because she had this dream, she was able to show up at the door and help her sneak into the party. Why does Adelita hang her reboza out the window, her shawl? Why does she hang this out the window? Yeah, she hangs it out the window because it's what she wore to the party, the fiesta, and so it'll help Javier find her. And why was that important to the story? Yeah, it's important because Javier was able to recognize her. He wasn't able to find her before, but because she hung the shawl out the window, he knew exactly where to look. So, Kipsters, what did you learn about the story by focusing on the events in the second half? What did we learn about the story? Yeah, I know I learned that the events in that second half of the story are a lot like Cinderella. What about it was really similar to Cinderella? Yeah, Adelita wants to go to a party. She can't go. She has those evil, mean stepsisters. Her shawl was just like Cinderella's shoe. She even calls herself Cinderella, and Javier acts as her prince. Really nice job, guys. Thank you so much for helping me describe the events in this story. Now it's your turn. We've talked about how Cinderella and Adelita are very similar stories. Which story do you like better? Why? Text your answer to your teacher. I'm so curious to hear about which one you like better. You can either text your answer or just record a little video of yourself talking about which one you like better and why. And I would love to hear all about it because I really like both of them. I can't pick, but I want you to. All right, I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.